Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. My name is Joycelyn. I'm the face behind this business page. I'm a mom of two. I'm a registered nurse. I'm originally from Ghana and I'm a proud digital business owner. About a year ago, exactly a year ago today, I joined a digital business franchise system that with the intention of earning extra income towards my retirement so I can retire early and spend quality time with my family and travel and do the things I love to do. This franchise business system has over 150,000 members and they provide training, mentorship, skills, tools, everything you need to transform from whatever you are doing into a digital business owner. They are worldwide, everywhere. Let's Talk Business for Joy is a program to bring some of these entrepreneurs here so I can interview them and ask them why they joined a digital business franchise, their challenges, the benefits, and anything they can to, better our lives. Hopefully, their answers will inspire you, will educate you, will let you know that there are options out there if you so wish to change. It is for that reason that I am so blessed to have my business partner all the way from United Kingdom to come and talk to us today. So please help me welcome Dr. Suzie Jacob Francis.
Hi, Joycelyn. That was wonderful. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, thank you for coming. So can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So you've actually told my name. So I'm Susie from the UK. I'm actually a very proud mom of a 14-year-old. I live with my husband in the UK, and by background, I'm a general practitioner. I think you call it family physician in the
Okay.
US. So that's what I am. And I do hands-on clinical work as well as I'm in senior management. So yeah, that, and of course, I am also a proud digital business owner.
Awesome. So then my question is going to be, what made you go digital?
Well, I think most of us would know the answer, the pandemic. Though
One word.
the pandemic just showed us how the world can function as a digital entity. So I do several roles as a general practitioner. So I have been consulting digitally also for the past 5 years. So way before the pandemic. So I was used to consulting digitally. I do face to face, and as I've already mentioned, I do a bit of management work. And funny enough, my management work, I do a lot of it from home itself. And this is like senior medical management from home. So the world's completely changed. And once you start working from home, you'd be like, you can get from my point of view, at least for me, being a mom, it just makes a lot of sense. You get a lot more time. Like unfortunately in the UK, people in the UK today know it's the teachers have gone on strike. So our children are at home today and tomorrow. So I'm at home, even if I'm working in between, I can sort out, kids in between and things like that, isn't it? So the convenience is immense when you are working from home. And then you save a lot on travel and things like that, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it just makes a lot of sense to be working digitally from that point of view. And of course, rather than having a traditional business, the startup cost and the maintenance cost of a digital business is far less. So it makes absolute sense. Like if you were to start a traditional business in the UK, because my husband's a chef and we have looked into this about 7-8 years ago, and just to get like a takeaway place, just the rent and just getting the inventory stuff in, not even thinking about the employing someone, was around £22,000, and this was 7 years ago. and this is not even like a restaurant. This is just a takeaway without the additional staff members and other things. And then, of course, that is just the startup and to get everything sorted, the lease and things like that. And as you know, a digital business doesn't cost that much. So that's what I tell people. It costs more, far less than that. And that's how the common man like you and I, with no business background, can start the business, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. And then, I mean, that's almost like a segue to my next question, because then I know definitely going digital is the way to go because it's much cheaper. But then, what is it about this system that made you realize this is better than most? Because there are a lot of online businesses out there. So, what was your decision making process like, eliminating which ones, and what made you finally settle on this particular system?
Sure. Well, this is not my first rodeo, as the Americans would like to call it. So, this is not my first business. I have done few other businesses before. I've now, kind of like almost solely into this business and things like that. So, the other businesses, what I've done is like I've done a bit of property. I have done other kind of digital businesses, and the difference with this is when I did property work, I had to call around the realtors. We call them estate agents here. So, and they work from 9 to 5 or 6. I'm a GP. I work full time. I'm a GP. Either my clinical work or management work, I work full time. So I work during those hours, most days. Yeah, there's only a few days I work in the evening. So for me, it was physically impossible to be actually talking to them, arrange a viewing, see the place, then do whatever I was doing, either deal sourcing, flipping or things like that. It was just not, I had to take annual leave to kind of work around the business, which was in the long run was not going to happen. It was not just sustainable for me. While this business, the best thing I like about it is it's a 24/7 business. It's a global business. So it doesn't matter for people like shift work. You're a nurse and I'm a doctor. For shift work people, it's fantastic. You're on night shift, marvelous. Come back from night, sit for about 15-20 minutes before you go to bed, do the business. Then when you get up again, do another 20 minutes, the business. And and if you're having your break during work, you can do some of the business work during that time. So you get pockets of time, and because it's a 24/7 business, you can do the business at 3 a.m. I have actually literally send emails at 3 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then the automation part of it, it's like
Yeah.
it's in your
So
pocket.
because I was awake at 3 a.m., I did it. Not that I tell you have to do it. Like, what I mean is you can do it because it's 24/7. It's not like, oh, if your regular work is between 9 to 5 or something like that, it's not like, I can't do the business because people are only working technically around that time of the day. So in that sense, it worked perfectly. Like I was also involved in a bit of crypto, and sometimes when you have to trade, again, there's times, and if you're working full time, it's hard, isn't it? So that was digital, but it was still hard for me because of the timing. While this business is perfect. You work from home, all you need is a laptop and an internet connection and maybe a phone, a smartphone, and that's basically it, and you're sorted. You can take your business anywhere. Like I take my laptop when I go on holiday, and again, when I go out in the morning with my family, then come back, once we come back, to the room, I again 10-15 minutes I look into the business and things. It just works perfectly. And you can put as little or as much as effort you want into the business. But of course, I would recommend at least putting 1 hour a day, not 1 hour together. That's why I said it's the importance of pockets of time.
Yeah.
You don't have to put that hour all in one go, because some of us can't. If you're having
Mm.
little children, you just can't physically do that, isn't it?
Yeah. What would you say are some of the benefits that you've experienced so far with this business?
Um, well, I think I've actually said some of them, but if to add a few more is, my personal development has been immense. Like, I'm always engaging with my team. Um, I've hosted, like training sessions for my team. And it was, you get the opportunity to do all that. And then you're training your team members, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your other business partners and things like that. So my personal growth has been, you know immense. I've learned new skills in digital marketing, and unlike medicine, like, just to be get become a graduate in medicine, it took me 5 years. And then, of course, I did all my extra the studies after that, so it took me about 12 years in total to be where I am. So this is within 3 months, 2 3 months, you can see results. I at least saw results in 2 to 3 months. And so where is 12 years of study to get a result versus 2 to 3 months? Like, for me, I tell other people who come into, because a lot of doctors inquire, come and inquire, said, if you can go through medical school, mate, you can do this.
You
This is
can do
this is just 2 months and you'll be all right. You can pass medical school, 2 to 3 months, you'll be fine.
it.
You'll be fine. Definitely, you'll be fine. So that's what I say. So that's immense. And then, of course, the personal development, the confidence. Before this, I didn't know what a StreamYard was. You know what I mean? I knew probably Zoom because of the pandemic, but my technical skills have aced, I should say. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and these are transferable skills, because you can transfer this to you. Because I'm in management, some of the skills I've learned here, I'm able to transfer it into my workplace, and likewise, some of the skills from my workplace I've transferred into here. So yeah, that and the other thing is the community. You're never alone.
Yeah.
Always someone. If you put a question in, we have different platforms where there are people ready to answer your questions. You will have a direct mentor, a coach, and that's the key to our success. If you try to do it alone, you're probably going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to lose a lot of money. And this is an opportunity for you not to lose a lot of money, and also to get to from point A to point B in a faster way.
Ah, you summarized my next question, because I was just gonna ask. It's like the community is amazing, as you've
Yeah.
said. So that is awesome. Are there any challenges to this business?
Um, the thing is, obviously, when you're in this business, you will see people who've seen result in couple of weeks. Some people get results I saw it in 3 months. Some people take a year. Some people take 6 7 months. And I think you shouldn't compare yourself. If you compare yourself, I think then you will lose motivation and things like that. You have to remember that this is your journey. As long as you believe in yourself, in the system, and I'm a believer, so I believe in God. So for me, it's these three things, and I have these combinations, and I know there's no other way than to the top. And it might take a bit longer for some, shorter for some, but we will all eventually get there. But that is the thing, you have to have that commitment. So just because you don't, and it's a business, there'll be ups and downs, challenges, because this is a people's business. And if you're in healthcare, we are all
Yeah.
used to seeing challenges just because we have to deal with human beings. So this is also a people's business. Sometimes you can face challenges like that, talking to people and things like that. But then Everything's there in our training. There's the coaches and the mentors to support you. So the commitment can be challenging. Then, of course, this discipline. You have, again, not to compare other people, and you just need to be committed to be there for your audience, to showcase what we have to offer every day. Like be in our page, like what we are doing now. Just tell, spread the word that there is a better way of earning rather than trading your time for money and things like that. So yeah, but sometimes the challenge is to be motivated, to be disciplined and things like that. But if you believe in yourself, in the system, and for me, if you believe in God, I'm sure we'll all get there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was powerful. I was gonna ask you what keeps you motivated, but I could sense, your belief in the system, your trust in God. So I would just say, if somebody is watching and is impressed and is like, oh my God, I want to do what she's doing, what would you tell them to start? How they start?
Yeah, just get in touch with us. So you have your website on the link on this video, and mine is Suzie Jacob Francis is my personal profile. Without the doctor is my personal profile. So send us a direct message. So for you, and then if you send me a direct message, more than happy to go through to how to take you to the next level, and step by mean. And basically it's like registering into our website. I think your website's on the screen
Yeah.
anyway. So register into, and it's a free webinar. You have nothing to lose. It's a free webinar, 90 minutes. And if you're anyone like a doctor in the medical profession, we like we start and we like to get to the point straight away. So even I watched the webinar in 1.5. I was like, okay, I heard this. What's next? And that's how we read documents. We read the talk,
Yeah.
and then we're like, okay, what's the plan? We've got the gist of it. What's the plan? So if you're like us, that you can do that also. Or if you like to take it slow and watch the webinar, I know there are people who like to do it 2-3 times. I'm not like that. I'm like more like, what's the point? What's the next step? So then you go through the webinar, and then it tells you clearly what to do next, how you can take this business further.
Yeah. And if there's anyone out there who is skeptical, who can't even believe that you are real, what would you tell them?
Well, that's why I always like to show my face.
Yeah.
And I tell them who I am. I tell people who I am. People follow me on my page. They know people know exactly where I live and things like that. And I'm a registered doctor. So if I was involved in any kind of fraud, you could report me to the GMC. I wouldn't risk my registration on it. I wouldn't risk anything for my registration, because I worked too hard to get where I am. So that's number one. That should speak volumes. And that's the sort of people in our business. Yourself, you're a registered nurse. You would have a registering body, isn't it? Would you risk that? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't risk that. We have police officers, we have lawyers, we have engineers, people doing other businesses in this business. And, they are quite reputable in their, community and things like that. If there is a business that has these sort of people, teachers, yeah, again, all reputable professions, why would we get involved in a scam?
Yeah.
We wouldn't get involved in a scam. That's number one. And the other thing is, once you are registered, and if you'd like to take this forward, there is a 30-day trial period. And during that period, you will get to see our business plan. You will see social proof of how we earn money, how much we earn money, how our lives are being changed. You get 30 days to look into that. And during that time, it's your opportunity to do your due diligence. Check out the company. How long has the company been? We are plugged into a company that's been there for 49 years. I'm not that old. So the company's been there for longer than I've been on this earth. So that, I am in my 40s, but I'm not 49
Not
yet.
there.
Not there yet. So this company has been there, and it stood the test of time,
Yeah.
through different, depressions, recessions, and the pandemic.
Yeah.
So that talks volume about the company. The company has about 40 locations in different parts of the world with physical locations. So for, if you want to do your due diligence with websites, everything, emails, you can. That's your opportunity to look into that. And once you are convinced, and as I've already mentioned, because the thing is, sometimes medical professionals, they wouldn't have been involved in other businesses.
Yeah.
I have a bit of knowledge just because of my previous involvement. It is nothing compared to what investment you would have to make if it's a traditional business.
Yeah.
And our training is there for the rest of your life. I've been in other courses where it's just for 12 months, or you need to continue with the membership fee to remain in the community. We don't have anything like that. And then this is an asset. So that means that you can, after your time, pass it on to your children.
Wow. Wow. Guys, Dr. Suzie, thank you so much for honoring us with your presence. And guys, I'm blown away. This is why I do this. When I bring people, I'm not only interviewing, but I'm getting in the information, I'm soaking it up. And oh my God, thank you so much. You've given us so much to think about. And guys, like Dr. Suzie said, she's a busy professional, and she wouldn't even risk her license if this wasn't real. So check it out. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step, and you have to take that step. Do your due diligence, research, do whatever you have to do, but please get in touch with us with any questions, and we'll be more than happy to answer them for you. So till the next time of Let's Talk Business with Joy, be safe and bye. Thanks, Dr. Suzie.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.